Hello, my dear students. I am discussing production and operation management. As you know very well, the topic is being studied by MCOM third semester students, and I believe there are many areas, even including engineering courses. Production and operation management is being discussed today. In my earlier video, I have already given the elementary knowledge of the topic. So I request you all to visit the earlier video wherein the primary discussion is already being made. And today, let us understand the next aspects about the subject. Here, we are understanding this as a management. How do you call production as a management? See, the production management refers to the application of management principles. I hope by this time you have already studied in detail what are the management principles. Planning, organizing, leadership, decision making, coordinating, communicating, all these management principles should be applied to the production function in a factory. So we call production as a management. It is a result of three developments. Why do we apply management principles to the area of production? This is the result of three developments. What is those three developments? One is development of factory system of production. And we know that because of the industrial revolution, factory system of production is being developed. Development of large corporations. So large scale business enterprises are given scope and the development is undertaken. And third is work of pioneers of scientific management. As we know very well, scientific management, the very concept was developed in recent years. There are so many pioneers who work for it because of these three developments: factory development, large corporations, and also the work of pioneers in the field of scientific management. We are in need of production management because we have observed, we have witnessed large scale corporation developments. We have witnessed the factory system of production is being introduced, and it is stepping as a giant. So we have to now apply the principles of management to the field of production. So we need production management as a topic. And here comes the operation management, whether it is the same or it is different one. What is it? It is the process in which resources or inputs are converted into more useful products. We call it as output, finished goods. How it is being developed? With the help of resources or the inputs. They are converted into useful products. Therefore, operation management is, this word consists of tactics such as scheduling the work, assigning resources, assessing quality standards, and processes the decisions, process type decisions. What process type we have to make use of this decision? All these things are in operation management. So my question is whether the production management and operation management, they are the same or they are different. There is slight difference between these two. Production management is used where tangible goods are produced, and operation management is used where tangible services are produced. Production management is concerned with goods. Operation management is concerned with the services. Production management is historical subject. We have this topic since many years, whereas operation management is used nowadays. It is of recent origin. Apart from these two distinctions, primary, that is production management and operation management, are used as only one topic. So here afterwards we are using it as a common topic, production and operation. We are making use of this word. What are the characteristics, features of modern production and operation management? Manufacturing as competitive advantage. As you know very well, competition is cutthroat. It is common in every aspect. Here manufacturing, we are doing it as a competitive advantage. We are taking advantage out of it. Service orientation, we are concentrating on services provided by the manufacturers. So every business unit is giving importance to the services provided to the end users. How are they benefited? How good they are appreciating our services? We are concentrating, we are improving our services. Disappearance of smokestacks. I hope you know, in olden days there were the factories mains, always smoke used to come out. The fog, the smoke, the waste products were the nuisance to the society, and because of the environmental awareness, the society started to complain over it. Therefore, we are removing these smokestacks and there are no more smoke factories. This is a crime nowadays, and punishment is also there for the factories if it is not concentrating upon the waste management. Therefore, we are witnessing the disappearance of smokestacks. Small has become beautiful. In olden days, large scale industries were given with more priority, but afterwards we are concentrating upon the small scale industries, believing in the saying that small has become beautiful. If the small scale industry is given with more importance, automatically generation of employment will be there, and it leads to the upliftment of the neglected areas. There will be balance between every regional geographical area. So regional development will be there in every region. So there will be balance of regional development. So we have to give the concentration towards the small scale industries. So in modern era, we are witnessing small is beautiful and there is no more smokestacks, and we are concentrating upon the services, and also we are manufacturing with competitive advantage. Duties and responsibilities of production managers, we can understand it. 3. Layout of equipments within the factories. And we are also giving importance to the designing production process and equipments. What does the production manager used to do? What is his duty? What responsibilities he is having? Means product design, he looks out, he makes product design. He designs the production process and equipments. He plans where should be the layout, how the equipment should be in the layout within the factory premises itself. And moreover, he concentrates upon the planning of the geographical location of the factory. In which country we have to locate the factory, in which area, in which place, how and where we have to locate our factory, what purchasing should be made about our production equipments, whether we have to purchase it, whether we have to go for the leasing, whether we have to go for taking it on rental basis. So production equipments. Then after deciding about the production equipments, now production equipments are purchased or taken on the lease or on the rent. Then they are in our factory premises now. Where to locate them? That is the layout of equipments decision. Then comes design the production process. Which process has to be undertaken first and which is the next? How to design this? Then comes the product design. How our product should be. What should be its design. And after understanding these things, now we have to go for our next aspect. See here, we have to think of designing production work and establishing work standards. And capacity planning. What is our capacity? How much we can produce? So if we are not utilizing the capacity fully, then it becomes idle. But just to use it means we are producing it. If we don't have the demand, then there is no question of producing, because the production without demand keeps the godown idle. So we have to plan our capacity, and then comes the production planning and scheduling. How much to produce, when to produce, who has to produce it, in which shift, with what raw materials, with what capacity we have to produce, where to keep the production. All these things we have to plan, that is production planning, and we have to schedule it. Then comes production control. Who has to take care of it? The production used to be made according to the plan. So working according to the plan is called as control. Then comes inventory management. I hope you have studied it in your degree level itself. What is inventory management? How much raw materials should be purchased? When to purchase? How much should be purchased? And after purchasing, when to take it to the production? LIFO, FIFO methods which is applicable. That is about the inventory management. Then comes supply chain management. After the production, finished goods is ready, then we need to take it to the selling points. So then we have to decide upon the carriage and also the transportation facility. What kind of transportation we have to make use of? Whether it is road transport, railways, whether it is ship transport. So who is our wholesaler, retailer? We have to decide upon it. This is called as supply chain management. Then comes the quality control. In all these steps, we have to maintain the quality. We have to take care of the quality. Otherwise, all our work will be in vain. So we have to take care of this. And what is our next decision? This is about production equipment, maintenance and repair. As you know very well, all our equipment should be in a ready position. They have to be maintained properly. Maintenance is very important, and also the repair, which should be undertaken often. Measurement and monitoring the productivity. What was our capacity, how much we have produced, whether we have fully utilized our production capacity or not. So how much we have produced, whether it is optimum or not. We have to measure it, we have to monitor it, we have to control it. So that is the responsibility of the production manager. Then comes the industrial relations. I hope you know it better. Industrial relation means the relation between the employer and the employees, and also the relation between one company with the another company, in between the industries, and between the industries and the local body, that is the corporations, municipality, or the government, or the local public, or the society in common. So all business units should maintain the industrial relations very well. It is very important responsibility. Health and safety measures are to be cared. It is concerned with the employees, their health, their safety. It should be maintained in the factory. Staff selection and liaising. Liaising means appointing the staff to their work. We have to select our staff, we have to give the training, we have to give them the task, we have to schedule their work, and they should be given with proper training also. Unless and otherwise a right person is appointed for the right work, entire factory system gets disappointed. So we have to take care of it. Budgeting and capacity planning. How much should be the plan? What should be produced? How much? When? Where? Who has to produce it? What should be the budget? Budget location is very important, as you know very well, because it takes care of the expenditure and also the income, without which we cannot attain the profit also. So budgeting is very important. And my dear friends, I request you to take care of recent trends in production and operation management. What are the recent trends? What are the technological development? What are the recent changes which are taken place in this field? For example, global marketplace. In earlier days, we used to give concentration upon the local markets only. But now, entire globe has become one market. So we have to produce to the standards of the global market. What is the demand of the global market? We have to take care of the recent trends in global market. Who are the competitors? Which countries are contributing there? What are their price? What is the quality of the products they are putting in the global market? If we are not up to the mark, then our products will be just in the godown, kept idle. So we have to take care of the global market. Then comes the production and operation strategy is very important. We have to plan our production and also the operations. Total quality management, we have to give concentration about it, TQM. We have to take care of the total quality in each and every step. The quality is to be measured, is to be maintained. And also flexibility. We should be in a flexible mode. That is, even we will be in a position to increase the level of production or to decrease it. Even we should be in a position to produce more or less, to sell more or less. we should be in a position to change the style of the products, change the quality of the product. If there is the flexibility, then only we will be surviving in the market. What is time reduction? So we have to speed up our production task. So if we take little time for the production, then only we will be supplying fast. And technology should be adopted as and when it is changing. So recent technology should be adopted, and the beneficiary technology should be adopted. Worker involvement is very important. Unless and otherwise, the worker feels that it is my organization, it's my company, it's my business, it's my production. Only when he feels so, then his maximum capacity comes out. Then he is called as involved worker. Only when workers are involved in the task, then we will have the good results. So re-engineering, if it is required, we have to go with the advanced technology. If the technology has to be adopted, we have to re-engineer our system. Environmental issues cannot be neglected. We have to give respect to the environment. We have to take care of our own waste management system. Either it is with the noise pollution or air pollution or water pollution or the reserving or protecting the forest, protecting the environment is the responsibility of each and every business unit. Otherwise, we will be treated as criminals. Corporate downsizing. So nowadays there is no question of large scale business. We are concentrating on downsizing. Then only small becomes beautiful. What about the supply chain management? We have to give respect. Even the wholesaler, retailer, even the mode of transport, even the storage decisions, everything has to be taken care. And lean production means we should not produce much and more, not in large scale, so that it will be dumped in the godowns, and it is of waste of raw materials, waste of labor, waste of time, waste of energy, waste of resources means increase in the production cost, which leads to the loss. So we have to take care of all these things. And with these words, I would like to conclude my presentations, because let us go back to the earlier aspects. Let us understand it very well. And I request you all to go with the task of understanding much more things about the strategic and operational aspect. So in my next videos, I will discuss many more aspects of this subject, and I request you to give me the feedback for this session, and also please go back to my earlier videos just to try to understand the subject. Thank you.